All. In our last class, we had a brief discussion on Robert Frost's Fire and Ice. Today, we will attempt a line by line analysis of the poem. Apparently, it is a short poem containing 9 lines only, but these 9 lines deplete with a deeper message. The time when the poem was written was right after the First World War, and all the sensitive souls were shaken by the volume of violence experienced during the war. People were left appalled by the realization of the fact that man can be instrumental in his own destruction. This was a time of a new awakening of the darker side of human nature. Frost here tries to find parallels of human world in the domain of nature. Two natural phenomena, fire and ice, represent the extreme of two human passions. Now let us look into the poem in detail. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. In these lines, Frost presents his views on possible ways in which this world may end. The first thing that strikes us is the detached mood of the poet, made explicit by the use of an anaphoric phrase, some say, that occurs at the beginning of each notion. In addition to this, these lines also create a clear dichotomy between fire and ice and two groups of people that believe in each element. It is unclear which element will destroy the world, but it is significant to note that fire and ice are the only two options. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. The poet says that from his own experience of desire, he is led to believe that intensity of desire carried to an extreme can manifest itself in violent forms, leading to disastrous results. The poet says that he vehemently agrees with people who think that fire, which is intensity of desire, will be the cause of the end of the world. But if it had to perish twice, this is an important line, as we know that the world cannot perish twice, it has to perish only once. So the use of the word if is important. We feel that Frost has another possibility of the end of the world in his mind, and that possibility holds equal claim, for which the speaker has come up with the idea of the world perishing twice. I think I know enough of it to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Here he talks about the extreme of the other passion, hate, for which he has chosen the metaphor of ice. He is confident that he knows enough of hatred and is sure that it has the capacity to destroy the world. He also expresses his conviction that there is ample ice in the world, sufficient to destroy the world thoroughly. Fire and Ice is an astonishingly short poem of 9 lines only, but these 9 lines are loaded with tons of meanings. The poem brings home to us the paradox of human existence. This paradox, inherent in the poem, is symbolized by the title Fire and Ice. The poet feels that the world will end one day consumed by excess of fire, but the poet also thinks that if the world were to end twice, even ice could destroy the world, and there was sufficient ice for this. If interpreted in a symbolic level, we can say that fire stands for extreme intensity of warm, loving emotions, while ice stands for utter negation or lack of feelings, as it as it should be, hate outright. At the crux of the poem lies the idea that extreme form of either hate or love are equally disastrous and possess the power to destroy the world.